Today's video, we're going to talk about how much should you be optimizing for AI search engines like Perplexity, which is the main AI search engine that everybody's starting to use because they're fed up with Google, and has 15 million users out there using it worldwide, which is a huge amount, which I didn't even realize until a few months ago just how many people are using it now, because it's been slowly getting more and more. And I'm going to specifically tell you why and how that is. I'm also, if you stay to the end of the video here, I'm going to have a case study where we optimize for the search engine, because you can actually optimize for AI search engines just like you can optimize for Google search engine or Bing search engine. How we did it and how we actually got more traffic from the search engine optimizing for it, because I was genuinely curious how we're going to optimize for it, because I got clients all the time now asking me about AI search engine. It's going to be a bigger and bigger thing all the time. Google's going to lose market share to AI search engines. Even though they're trying to use AI to supplement their searches, it's not going to be the same. And I'll explain why that is as well. So with that said, we're going to go into what Perplexity in the search engine is there for, why people are using it for in a commercial sense, such as looking for the best dentist near them, or how to hire a good divorce lawyer, how you can actually optimize and get more traffic, how you can analyze how much traffic you have from them to know where you're at with it. Specifically, how much results you can get given to you by a case study. Like I mentioned, I'll also cover, if you stay to the end of the video, you'll see that as well. Basically, everything you need, your tool guide to be able to start optimizing for AI search engines as this becomes a bigger and bigger thing in the future. Before I get into the content though, if you do not know who I am Corey Zyman, owner of Guarantee PPC, a online advertising agency that specializes in guaranteeing results to their clients. What we basically do is we do not charge management fees to our clients until we get them more profit than the fee cost that we charge. We've been doing it over a decade and have worked on hundreds and hundreds of accounts, of which I've actually seen how much AI search engines have been playing a part in our clients' results, and I wanted to talk about this and finally make a video about it, even though SEO optimization is not our core specialty here at our firm, and just get anecdotes from it that I share time to time about when I see something big in regards to SEO to our clients, I share on this channel as well. With that said, Perplexity is the AI search engine that, in terms of AI search engines that are out there, is the big one, okay? I actually highly encourage you to go and you search for them. You could go directly to their website, perplexity.ai. Go ahead and make some searches. It's similar to ChatGPT, actually. The user interface, it's going to get better. They need to make it more simple and intuitive like Google was when it initially blew up. The main reason why Google was so good was they didn't have all the data on the homepage like Yahoo had, but also because they used backlinks as a ranking factor, which made it harder to game your way to the top of the search engine, and it also made the search results more relevant. AI is going to come out of nowhere here, and it already is, beat Google, because they will help people get to an end answer that they're looking for quicker. So, and the main thing being, while Google's constantly making the organic search results so that people will click on more ads and making the ads better and better going along with that, AI search engines have now an opening. Before, there wasn't really a way to compete with Google. The AI search engines, if they're going to allow you to have not 10 different answers on the search result, but one really good one, and people try it and they get a good experience, and then therefore they come back to the AI search engine next time to get another recommendation and then get a good experience. People are going to learn to just abandon Google for most searches, including commercial searches where they're looking to buy something. Initially, I thought, oh, there's no way that AI search engines are going to work for commercial searches, because if I want to hire a divorce lawyer, I want to go to their website, I want to research them and so forth. And that is true. For bigger purchases, they certainly do want to do that. However, if you're just trying to get muffin delivery, you want AI to just recommend you a good option, do the research for you, and just hire somebody. Same thing if you're hiring a plumber. And the more expensive a thing you're buying, the less likely you're going to use an AI to make the decision for you and cut out all that research. That's though going to be the start of it, because as people learn and get a habit to use AI to find a place to buy a birthday cake near me that's good, they're going to start having more trust and faith in it, and then they're therefore going to use it for the bigger decisions more and more. Eventually, AI will take over. I was thinking that it wouldn't really be a big thing for another 10 years, but it's already increasing in terms of user growth weights by over 200% a year. You understand anything about exponential gains? 200% a year, you could go to a compound interest calculator and just type in 15 million times with a 200% growth rate over the next 5 years. That's going to be 500 million users in 5 years easily, or more than that, billions of users. So basically what we're talking about here is this is going to be a major search engine that really cuts into Google stuff inside 5 years already, assuming the growth rates stay the same. But why wouldn't it? Because of the scenario I just described where people use it, they get a good result out of it, and which they're not going to be using it more. It's not going to be getting this kind of growth rates to start with if people weren't getting a good result from it and then coming back and using it again. It's not like they're going to have this kind of growth rates when people use it once and then that's it. And because of that, it should just keep growing at that pace. With all that said, you really will do yourself a big favor if you can get out ahead of this and understand how to optimize for AI search results before other people in your niche do it. All the best opportunities to advertise online are on platforms that aren't totally commonplace knowledge yet that they work. One of which, by the way, for if you're a local service company, is Apple Maps listings. It's like Apple has its own, like Google, you have the Google My Business or Google Business profile. Apple has the same thing for people on Apple Maps. And you sign up for a profile there, you get free users, and because there's no competition, you have a great return. Bing ads is usually going to convert better than Google ads because people don't go over there as often. You want to go with the reason why they don't do it, obviously, is these things is because the volume is not there also, but you get a little here, a little there, it really adds up, obviously. Before your competition notices this, 90% of your competition doesn't even know what an AI search engine is, what Perplexity is already. You start optimizing now, you'll get out ahead of them, and the AI is going to be able to get used to recommending you when certain questions come up about your stuff. That is, who's the best foundation repair company in Dallas? What is the kind of divorce lawyer I need for child custody issues and would hire inside Dallas? And the like, so that because ultimately you'll put a huge gap between you and your competition. So when your competition starts picking up on this, you're way ahead of them. Wouldn't you have liked to try to do SEO for Google in 2002 so that by 2007, when people were actually doing SEO for their companies, you're at the top and you already got all this momentum already and just will stay at the top as a result. With that said, how do you actually jump on this? How do you optimize for AI search engines? I'm not an AI search engine expert. There's really not that many out there to begin with. What I can tell you is I've studied the AI search engines, kind of how they work, type in tons of inquiries or queries, and just seeing what the results are and then understanding on a basic level what works. I don't need to be a SEO expert to understand the recommendations that are normally made for commercial searches and to basically understand how the recommendation engine works, so to say. AI needs data in order to understand what to recommend. There's a race for data in any AI company, which is why, for instance, Reddit has just charged Microsoft to access their site via their web crawlers, because they know their data is worth so much, and Microsoft has to get it in order to power their AI search engine that they're trying to come out with. And the more data that the AI can hoover up, the better the search results is going to be from an AI search engine. What you want to do if you're trying to optimize to be ranked first, so to say, which there's no ranking, there's just you either get recommended by the AI search engine, or you're not. If you want to be recommended by the AI search engine, you do two things. First of which is to be a master of content. So just as to what I was saying before, the AI system needs content to know anything about anything. So if you're a guy who thinks you're going to have this little website and that's it with a little bit of content on it, like was the standard in 2007, you're not going to be able to survive in this world of AI search engines because they ain't going to understand that you offer toilet bowl ring replacement because you don't have that phrase on your website anywhere. This is somewhat similar to how Google used to be when you would rank for that. You'd add all these keywords to your website. You would change the text of the keywords to the same color as the background so that the system would understand what you have. But this is taking it to a whole new level. The AI at this level, doesn't know how to recommend anybody if you say you need a toilet bowl ring repairman in Dallas unless you have that somewhere on your website. And so that's what you do. And for that matter, you could use AI to get that content on your website. I've had multiple companies where we're part owners in the company, because sometimes at our firm what we'll do, if the company looks sweet enough, I'll just straight up, instead of saying, here's our fee, we'll give you our services for free, and we'll even throw a little bit of money at this, but you're going to give us 5% of the company and the 5% of the sales growth, and we'll take, and that's what we want to do because the opportunity is so good. It's such a hot product, good product, whatever. We still do that. And for the ones that we run and own, what we're going to do is we're going to run a blog on the site, and then we're going to have ChatGPT power the content for that blog. What you do is run your Google ad campaigns, all the search phrases that have led to a sale for your PPC campaigns. You're going to take those and then create custom blog posts for each term. So you have a dedicated blog post about this specific term that targets this term, so that because nobody else knows A, that this term converts, B, it doesn't look like it gets any search volumes, nobody's going to compete against you for it, you're going to know that it's worth it, it brings in sales, therefore, and with no competition, you can rank for it right away just by having a custom blog post for that term. We used to do this all the time still back in the day, but you'd have to hand write a post, and then maybe you spend the content a little bit. Now you can just use AI to generate that post. Then you put the post on your blog, Google indexes it, and then you rank for that term now on the first page right away because there's no competition or little competition. And so with that said, as it comes to AI search engines, this will be very handy because the AI system is going to crawl the entire website, see that you offer these 500 sub-services at your firm or products that solve certain problems. If you're talking about a product, you could be looking for a 4 horsepower power drill. Even though your drill is a 4 horsepower power drill, you wouldn't market it as that per se, but you're going to market it that way on your blog. Or more, another example would be if you offer a mailbox, you could say a mailbox for Amazon packages, okay? Knowing that people search for that, but it's not like necessarily what you refer to your product as. People are using it for that. So you make a blog post using ChatGPT that covers and targets that exact term, which laces that particular phrase in the content a few times, that the title has it, and then it gets picked up by the AI search engine later as a result, and it understands now when somebody types into Perplexity, what's the best mailbox for Amazon packages? Boom, you get recommended. So it's really that simple. You could write handwritten content if you really wanted to, but with AI content generation, you could put 1,000 pages on your website that for every search phrase that people are looking for that matches your product or service that you find convert already on your Google search campaign, make all those posts, and then boom, the algorithm is going to be able to see you do all that stuff, so to say. It's a really good way to handle optimizing your website for AI search engines. On top of that, the second thing being here, tons of reviews. One thing that you'll notice if you go and test this for yourself, or stop this video and go test it for yourself, is if you go into Google and you type in, what's the best divorce lawyer in Tampa? The recommendations are going to be, there's actually going to be multiple companies there that they'll give you. There's one result per se, but there's multiple companies that's given you in the result. And they'll stack the companies most likely in that scenario by whoever has the most reviews. That's how the AI has learned to do it, that people like the most, and they're getting a feedback loop as to who likes the result because they're coming back to the search engine. There's a way to upvote it as well as a helpful thing. With that said, okay, you want to get more reviews. And a lot of guys think that they can just getting reviews and getting a lot of them. If you're going to get a lot of reviews, you have to take it just as seriously as you do taking leads that you got and turning them into a sale if you do lead generation campaigns. There's a scripted process. You start with, you say this, then you say this, then you do this, and then this, and this, and this. You follow up this, and then you get a sale at 20% of the rate of which the leads you have coming in 20% buy. And if you don't do all that, then you get 5% or whatever. As it comes to getting a review, because nobody wants to waste their time giving you a review, there's nothing in it for them, you got to be able to have that process dialed. The people that we deal with at our firm that get the most reviews, they're A, going to pay their sales team an actual really good commission for a review, and we're not talking no 10, 20 bucks, we're talking 50 minimum, if not $100, or if you want to get really crazy with it, $200 a review per review that they get. You got to make it almost as profitable. I mean, think about it from the salesperson's perspective. If I can make $200 in terms of this sale, but I'm going to get $20 for a review, I don't really give a I'm not going to ask for it. If I can make double the amount of money if I get the review as well, I'm damn well asking them and trying as hard as I can to get that review. And knowing that in the future, the AI search engine is going to recommend the companies with the best reviews, it's worth it. And it's not only worth it, you have to do it. Outcompete the other people that have actual review systems and paying their salespeople right to get the right motivation behind getting the reviews. But there's getting and paying the salespeople for the reviews if you want the most reviews, and you have a process on top of it. Namely, like with the salesperson, assuming you went into people's homes, you had a tablet with a way that they can leave a review right away. The process is you wait and you say, how do you like it? And immediately after they say, what if they say something positive, you say, will you leave a review? And then if they say, yeah, I will, then you say, well, just tell me what you think and I'll type it all out for you. And all you got to do is hit, I'll send it to you. And ultimately, I'll send it to your phone because you wouldn't want to leave the review on the same device all the time. They won't show up. I'll send it to you via text. And then you just got to take that and the link that I text you as well, copy paste it in there and you're done. And then make them do it there on the spot. Or if it's through the phone, you send them the thing and then you follow up and you say, hey, I didn't see your review. Is there something wrong? And then make them feel bad about not leaving your review. Those are the main ways that it works that I've seen. So, and you actually like the sales process, if you just ask someone to buy and they say, I'll think about it and you never follow up, you're not going to get half as many sales as if you follow up until they say no, or I hired somebody else or whatever. So the reviews is the same way. You have to keep following them up. Anyway, I'm getting a bit off track here. This is how to get lots of reviews. This isn't a video about review strategy, but that is going to be the main key thing as well. So in other words, to sum this up, the AI search engines need to know two things. Can you do it? And are you the best in the area? And the best way to know if you're the best in the area is do you have a lot of reviews? Do those two things and you're going to rank very well in the AI search engines and get a lot of traffic as a result. Really not costing that much to do the content because you're going to use an AI ChatGPT to generate the content, and you're going to use the data from your Google Ads campaigns. That's only going to cost you a few $100 to lace the right content on your website. There's no reason not to do it. Yes, it costs money to pay your salespeople big money to get a review, but those reviews are going to help you multiple ways. How many people that go to Google right before they buy, and the more expensive whatever you sell is, the more they're going to do this. They're going to type in your name of your company and then reviews. And if you have not good reviews or reviews that are under a 4.5, you're going to get a less conversion rate from those people that do that at the last second. And there's a bunch of people do that. Because if you go into Google Keyword Planner, you can type in your company name and then reviews, and you'll see every month there's like 50, 100, 200 people a month searching that way, which proves how important this is and how this works. You want to invest in those reviews so you don't lose the sale at the last minute, so to say. The reviews also help you rank in the Google 3-pack. Specifically with that, if you lace the keyword in the review, so in my scenario that I gave you before, if you actually when you type out the review for the customer, if you refer to yourself as a SEO company, then you'll rank for SEO company when somebody searches for that exact keyword and the 3-pack that shows up for them on Google, because Google uses the content of the review to decide if you should rank for that term heavily. It's another reason why it would be worth it for you to even have to pay $200 a review to get the right motivation behind getting every last review you can. If you pay $50 a review and you're not getting reviews, go to 100. Trust me. There'll be a point where you pay enough where you're getting a load of reviews. And once you're getting a review at a higher rate than your competition, you'll eventually have more reviews than them. It might take 12, 24, 36 months, but by then, when the AI search engines really start taking over, you're already in position to rank well for everybody searching that way. With that said, before I get into this case study here, if you don't know about your situation, what you want to do, you can leave me a comment in the comment section. I can get back to you as to what you should be doing for this. Also, if you're trying to, for sure, get more results out of your ads, as I mentioned, I offer a contingency ad service here where we do not charge clients fees until we can get them a certain minimum lift in the results up front. Reach out to me if you think you're interested in working with the best PPC agency you could absolutely find out there, and that guarantees results when nobody else does. I can give you a review of your account and what you're doing and get you a quote of what we could guarantee in terms of your results as well. You just have to reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com to be able to do that. We also, though, been selling ad templates. A lot of you guys don't want to work with an ad agency. You want the results that an ad agency provides. You want to control your own investment. And that's fine. About half of the people watching this want to do that. However, if we've worked in your niche market before, we could sell you the winning ad template that we have for your market. And we've worked in over 100 plus niche markets in the last 10 years of running this firm, 10 plus years. And we can sell you the winning ad, landing page, campaign template that works the best in your niche market. You literally copy paste that into your ad accounts and you're going to get the phenomenal results we're getting with none of the work, time, and effort we had to put in to get it. These templates work so well, we got people using the templates to start whole other new businesses from scratch. They wanted to get into a new business because they don't like the business they have or whatever. And they either sell the leads to people in that space, which is a great passive income business idea. You can also subcontract out the work, or you could just do the whole business. If you want to sell product and you don't know how, pick a product out of our list of campaigns, install the template in your ad account, do the business. And we have many campaigns where you could easily get the product that you need from China, just order a pallet of it and boom, you're in business. So anyway, if you're interested in any of those other opportunities, you can let me know. Also at my firm at guaranteeppc.com. Getting back to what I was mentioning here in terms of the case study, Foundation Repair Company is the company where we did this. We did exactly what I told you to do to optimize your website, your company for AI-related search engines. We were already wanting to make blog posts to help them with their SEO results. And I told the client, we have weekly or monthly calls with our clients where I go over their ad results. As a part of, and just as a courtesy, what I also do is I say, if you want extra results, I'd also be doing this, this, and this. Even though we don't manage SEO for clients typically, I also tell them and give them a second opinion about what else they can do to supplement their sales. One of which is SEO. And I told them about the trick where you could do the auto blog post generation, going to ChatGPT, using the data we have to make custom posts for each of those terms that people are typing in that before they're clicking on our ads and buying. They did that heavily. They did that on the few hundred terms where we were getting sales regularly through our account. We posted that, and with that, we were basically able to teach the AI system, AI search engine crawler, and AI search engine itself what it is that we were offering as a whole. Because there's a lot of foundation repair problems that ultimately are just really nuanced or whatnot there. For instance, there's something called mudjacking, which is a type of service that people get when a way to fix a foundation, okay? Then there's mudjacking for sidewalk, and there's mudjacking for your driveway, and so forth. So ultimately what we're able to do by running the PPC campaign is get all the data about all the people that are searching and buying in our market. Then we create the page targeting the person for driveway mudjacking service Dallas, and finding out that term converts sales via our PPC ads, create a blog post for that. Now the algorithm knows it. Even though there wasn't a page on their site for that, now there is. That in itself, once they added all those blog posts on their site, few hundred blog posts, which for this content, it doesn't read very nice, I will admit, which is why, if you're wondering, you're going to hide it somewhere else on your site. You're not going to at least link to the blog from your main navigation. Or if you have a blog now, create a different part of your site called resources or whatever, and just bury it so nobody who gets to your site normally will see it, because it can hurt your reputation and people's view of you if you have low quality looking content like that. It looks spammy. And they'll be less likely to work with you, because a lot of people, before they do business with you, they're going to look at your site and see what kind of company you are. If they see that junk content, you're not going to like it. Now, it doesn't look terrible. It just isn't, clearly not high quality content. You can't quite tell it's really generated by AI or anything. It just looks like a high school student wrote it or something like that. So with that said, okay, we did that. We also, I will always tell a client, if you want to make more money in these conversations, you need to get more reviews, okay? A lot more reviews, and you need to be paying your salespeople more money to get those reviews. So we weren't optimizing for the AI search engines by itself, but I told them the combination of these two things. And as a byproduct of this, what we ended up seeing in Google Analytics is the amount of clicks or website visits from Perplexity went up astronomically from before they were doing this to after. And part of this is because the search engine's getting more popular too, right? I told you that they're growing 200% year over year. However, just in 12 months, we were able to increase the views showing in Google Analytics from Perplexity traffic in the source median report 926% more. Way more than the growth rate of the platform itself, but just by doing those two things, or what I'm going to credit as coming from these two things. Okay. Naturally, it could have been some other factors. You're really never going to know in an SEO experiment what exactly contributed to the increase or decrease in traffic, but I don't need to be an expert or have inside knowledge to understand how these systems work, how AI works, how machine learning works. So just the moral of the story is do these two things and you're going to get more AI search engine traffic leading up to when AI search engines kind of like take over and you're all prepared and you're way out ahead and you're not playing catch up. And you're actually provided so much gap on your competitors, between you and your competitors, they can't catch up to you. So the opportunity is there for anybody that wants to use it, as is all the ad techniques I talk about on this channel all the time, where if you put in a little work, you can always get more results on your campaigns. It's just a matter of if you're going to put the work in. It's not if it will work, it's how much will it work and how much time you're going to put in to make your campaigns better so that users get a better experience, get what they want quicker, better, and easier. And ultimately, the main ways that you do that with ads is you have better ads with better click-through rate and you have better websites or landing pages with better conversion rates. You focus on those two things more than anything because that's what matters. Because it's always going to make you more money when you increase those two things, those two metrics. And I talk about that as the primary thing as on this channel. I don't talk about SEO stuff, even though I wanted to bring it up to you guys that I thought you would find this interesting. If you want to get the information though on how to make millions of dollars a year running ads for your business, this is exactly what you're going to find on this channel. And therefore you should seriously subscribe because the information you're getting on this channel is coming from somebody who spends 40 hours a week just doing ad strategy at our firm for dozens of ad accounts that I'm personally responsible for getting results on. And so you're learning from a practitioners in the weeds actually doing the work on an ongoing basis. Most of the YouTubers you hear and see talking about ads, especially the big ones, they don't run any ads or they run a couple ads. They don't really know anything. They're just speculating and they're making money off courses and ad revenue and they're sitting on a beach chair somewhere most of the time. You want to learn from the person actually actively doing this stuff. And therefore, you want to subscribe to my channel at least at first and pay attention to this information first. You also can, by the way, check out my blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog. The blog has even better information for myself on the actual steps that you need to use, the strategies that we use to guarantee results for our clients. The strategies come with screenshots. There's a lot more visuals there. If you like the channel, you're probably going to like that blog. If not, either the same or if not more. Most people like it more. So you should definitely check that out as well. Beyond that, so I would say that some of you guys may be adding all this content to your site. You're worried about how that will affect your current SEO strategy, or maybe it will slow down your website. There's some other considerations with all that. I would recommend before maybe doing it, if you're unsure about this stuff, get a 30-minute coaching session with me. Every single person that's been reaching out to me since I started offering coaching about a couple months ago now have reached out and have not only liked what they had gotten in terms of information on that session, but they're coming back and they're already lining up other ones. Nobody said they're never going to come back and get another one and or haven't got another one already. So I wanted to offer that service because a lot of you guys are running ads. You don't really know that it's not the ad that's the problem. It's the website implementation. It's the pricing strategy you have. And I can look at all those things in your business and within 30 minutes already pretty well tell you where your bottleneck is and what's stopping you from getting to the next level with your results if you're stuck. So I'm really good at doing that because I've worked with companies and small business owners for over a decade now. And I've listened to what works and what doesn't work in their businesses as it comes to making money with advertising and whatnot and having a website and whatnot. So you can save yourself a lot of hassle and wasted time if you do that. You can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com if you're interested in that. So to sum this up, you want reviews and whatever the hell you have to do to get reviews, and you want to add more content to your site so that the AI systems can be trained on what you actually offer. You do those two things, you will almost for sure increase the amount of traffic you're getting from AI search engines. And that'll keep growing astronomically as the AI search engines themselves get more and more users. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.
Remember when I said ChatGPT was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.